Shalom Aleichem Rabotai. We are continuing the Mishnah Yomi with the 10th parak of Terumot. Yesterday we saw some really amazing kashrus topics, Yeridea type topics in the Mishnah, like batul b'shishim or batul b'tam, like the taste changes the status of an item. We saw noten tam lifgam, if it's a bad taste, that's not necessarily problematic. So now we're in Mishnah Gimel, the third Mishnah in the 10th parak, Harode pat hama. Someone who's rodeh, that's the verb for removing bread from the oven. It's a little different because their ovens were usually a stone or a ceramic structure, and the bread was kind of pasted or slapped up against the side of the oven where it would bake stuck to the side. So radia is pulling hot bread out of the oven. A rodeh pat chama. Untana alpi chovis shel yain truma. So what does he do? He doesn't just eat his bread. He sticks the bread on top of the barrel of truma wine. And the idea is that some of the truma wine, at least the smell thereof, is going to be absorbed up into this hot bread, which is on top of the barrel. I will say in the Daf Yomi recently, we actually had a mention both in Ketuvot and not too long ago in Yevamot about sticking women on top of a barrel of wine. It's a very complicated sugya there, so let's just stick to putting bread on top of the barrel of wine. So in this case, Rabbi Meir Oser. Rabbi Meir says it's Oser. Bartanura explains on the basis of the smell, the reach, that's the smell of the wine, the truma wine, is now absorbing into the hot bread, which is on top of the barrel. And according to Rabbi Meir, according to the Bartanura explains, Rabbi Meir would hold reicha milsa. This is another kashrus topic. If reicha is milsa, if smell is significant or not, and it does depend on the situation and the size of the oven and what's in there and what kind of smell, and maybe there's a vapor, as we're going to see. It's not so simple. It is a very complex issue in kashrus, so if something smells like truma, please consult your local Orthodox Rav for halacha l'maisa. So we'll just stick to the Mishnah for now. Rabbi Yosi matir b'shel chitin. Now Rabbi Yosi makes a chiluk. He says if it's wheat bread, then that's still mutter, even though it's hot bread on top of the barrel of truma and maybe some smell gets on it. V'oser b'shel sorin. But if it's barley bread, Rabbi will say that's different. The barley bread draws out. The Bartanura explains, the barley bread has more absorbency, and it kind of sucks in the actual moisture, the actual vapor of the truma wine. So now it's not merely a smell, like Rabbi Meir said was problematic for non-Kohanim, but here it's actual vapor, actual moisture droplets of the truma wine are in the barley bread. So Rabbi Yossi says that's usher. Barner says halacha is like Rabbi Yossi. Good. Mishnah Dalit, a similar concept. Tanor shehisiko bechamon. So an oven that they fired up the oven with cumin. So they use cumin, which is a spice, chamon, shel truma, but it's truma. The afabo, and they baked regular chulin bread in this oven where the fuel was truma spice, truma cumin. Hapat muteret, it's still mutter. Why? She'ein tam kamun, the taste is not in the bread, ela reach kamun, only the smell. So in halacha, we distinguish between the actual taste, actual particles or blias or moisture. That's much different than a merely smell. Merely the smell, though that too is molecules in the air technically, but we do distinguish in these cases. So we say that it would still be mutter, but it explains because it's burnt up. The cumin is really the truma is burnt up. The truma is no longer existent. It's burned as fuel in the oven, and merely the smoke and the smell is the only thing left. Shkoyach Rabosai.